really close to your camera, so your face is like the entire frame. But I'm okay with it. But I'm just letting you know.
Oh my god.
It's just how the cutting
I can't
works.
make it look like this. So like this is the
Yeah.
closest I can get.
That's good.
Alright, so we're live. We've been live, so what up?
We've been
Reza?
Wait, I should know because I had the I had the stream open under Discord, but I just wasn't looking.
You're so
All
smart.
right. You know it. But anyways, hello, welcome to Quickcast, podcast between a bunch of friends who like to grow beards, except for Amber.
Oh bless.
So
She didn't.
I was like,
she never said that she didn't
"Excuse
like
me?"
to.
Amber, if you grew a beard, I would love it. I would appreciate that so
Please.
much.
I would be
Oh my
mad impressed.
I
mean,
don't want to.
I have lots of
Thank
friends
you.
that can't grow good beards. I can't even
Are
grow
they
a great
Asian?
beard. Yes.
Hey,
But also, there are some other people of other races and ethnicities that have trouble with facial follicle formulation.
Enlargement. Oh.
I am cursed.
I was looking for the
I'm-
3F.
I'm cursed because my mustache will never touch my beard. You see this?
Oh, this?
Oh,
the
yeah.
one little like
My
It's
connection
just-
is pretty thin.
I'm cursed.
Trouble with me is that my hair is really thin, so it doesn't create like a good definition, sadly.
Alright, so hit us up with the
Anyway,
question of the week, Reza.
Enough with the hair. I got plenty of that. Question of the week. I will throw out. Oh shoot! Did I close the link I was gonna send you? All right. Well, I'll re-get this link. If you guys had to pick, with the World's Championship officially starting on Thursday morning for League of Legends,
Mhm.
what's your favorite team icon? And I'm gonna grab the team stand. Oh shit, the team standing doesn't even show all the icons, but I'll throw the schedule out as a link, so y'all can peruse.
Aight.
Where is it? Bum 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 bum. All right, there it is. Let me put it in that young Quickcast.
so prepared.
Twitch
Such
chat.
professionals.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know it, dude. I don't know if the stream chat is on something else, but
Oh, these
throw
are the
it in there,
logos. Favorite logo.
yeah. Wait, can we remove that paper thing? I never want to remember that again.
What paper? No. All you have to do is just put something in the chat, Reza.
I did. I don't even know where.
It's in the Discord. It's in the call. It's literally right underneath your face.
So back to the matter at hand. If y'all could choose, what's your favorite icon? Trying to separate it from any like organization or any players you know that
Like
are so
purely design aesthetics.
yeah, purely design based. Let me move it over so it's not. I'm not like looking at the other screen the whole time. I think
Misfits
I'll-
logo makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Well, it's the bunny with the eye patch and the
Yeah, it's
scar
just
and
so, it's so mascotty.
It's
Like,
like, yo. I'm a badass bunny. Better not mess with this shit.
No.
No.
I think
Honestly-
I think I might have to go with Longzhu for myself. I kind of like dragons. I mean, you can call it cheesy, but I'm a big fan of high fantasy, and I think the Longzhu logo is pretty solid.
Hmm.
Well, my design aesthetic has always been very minimalistic, and
Yeah, I agree.
I like the way people use shapes, and I think in that sense, either Cloud9 or Immortals has the best logo.
Mm.
Just
I feel
the
like
way they use
Fnatic
the
or
shapes.
Immortals.
Fnatic is like too, like I don't really understand it. I guess I don't have to, but
Well, isn't it like the letters?
It's
Yeah.
it's
You
FIC.
have the F. If you look at the lefternmost thing on Fnatic, there's like a backwards F, then I,
Oh.
and then a C.
I actually never knew that until you guys told me. I was just like, what kind of Asian-inspired bullshit is this?
Like, wow, this looks cool. Just throw that shit on there.
Honestly, it makes sense, but I think I don't know. I don't like it. Like, I also don't like.
You've
I
known
also
it for
don't like.
so long as the shitter wannabe Asian character.
No, I also don't like letters and design as much. Like, I think logos should be
Okay.
separate, but that's just me. Like, Immortals has a very like distinct.
Theirs is pretty clean.
Yeah, it's just so nice.
Like it looks like a gladiator.
yeah. And then Cloud9, it's just like exactly what you think of Cloud9 being if it was
Just 3 nines.
I can respect that.
it's literally a cloud made out of nines.
Fair. Someone got paid to do their job very well.
Yeah, the Cloud. I gotta say, Cloud9 logo is pretty fucking sleek.
It's also
I like
kind of
your
funny.
I like
Do
the
you have any
Longzhu
favorites?
one, and also the Gigabyte Marines one. I can't really pick between those two.
Yeah.
They just, I mean, they're
Gigabyte. Are those like wings on the Gigabyte Marines?
yeah. It's an M with wings, and then the thing right below it, it's 2 revolvers with wings coming out for handles.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
I never looked at it that closely. Huh.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I just think it looks like very stylish, and then the Longzhu one just because like it's very clean cut. I don't really have any other reason for it. It's just aesthetically pleasing.
It has like the Longzhu one has a lot of stuff, but like I don't think it's super crowded.
Mm-mm.
Like I'd say the HQ one, it's like a unicorn Pegasus,
Something
but
like
it looks so busy. There's like shadows everywhere and stuff.
that. Mm.
I feel like the Longzhu one's a little.
But there's
I
also
like the
important to know that
Fenerbahce one.
yeah, the design aesthetic for like different countries is very different. America is really
This is
like
true.
honing in on the simple, like the minimalist ideal, whereas Asia is more like vivant, very design, like lots of shadows, more details, the better.
I also don't like Longzhu simply because the dragon looks derpy as fuck. Like the mouth is all like, "Arr, I'm a
Just makes it a
dragon."
bit more cute, though.
Ah!
It's like, yeah.
Respect
Are you
us.
talking about a dragon or Skeletor?
Like, I was just gonna say, yes, He-Man. Oops, I accidentally. Okay, we're back.
Oh, you accidentally closed the.
No,
the
it's
stream.
alright. Someone sent me a message, so I was reading it, and I forget that if I change my screen to like read my messages, then everyone's fine.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
Alright, so wait, Amber, did you say one?
Yeah, either Immortals or Fnatic.
Oh, okay.
Both are good.
Respectable.
I think we
Yeah, I
all
didn't-
agree the Immortals one is pretty sleek.
Yeah, that's respectable. That's pretty cool because a lot of times you don't see like the companies get a lot of love, but at least they got that going for them.
At least.
At least they have that, if nothing else.
there's always
All
this
right.
thing.
So going into today's topics, there are a lot of controversial stories that have kind of come out in the last week or so in the world of esports.
Mhm.
The first of which I kind of want to touch on relates to a certain Draven one trick that we all know and love named
Yes.
Tyler One. So he's been claiming that he's reformed
Mhm.
and that Riot kind of emailed him saying that maybe they'll look into his case and offering the potential for hope of reform. Then on Saturday at 5 a.m., I think, good old Riot Sanjuro, however he wants it pronounced, goes. He's the lead manager of player engagement. I think that
Oh,
title used to be owned by Riot Light, but I could be wrong.
Riot Light was a
Dude, they need someone who's actually good with the.
yeah.
Come on,
Exactly.
hire me, please. Give me a job, please, please,
Yeah.
right, please.
shameless
We can
plug.
all
But
do
And,
it.
like,
yeah.
no
Yeah.
offense, but who are their choices? Like, everyone in that position has done something really crappy
Yeah.
with
So
the community.
to elaborate on that, he in the public League of Legends Reddit Discord, he was saying he was I forgot his exact ring. I don't want to misquote him. I can try to find the.
I can pull it up for you real quick if you
Yeah,
want.
that'd be cool. And then put it in Discord. But basically,
Nope.
he would
Yeah, put it
he
in
would be happy if or he was saying Tyler One is just gonna get testicular cancer from all the cocaine he does and steroids, and then he'll die, and then we'll all be Gucci. Which
Oh, man.
I
is
think-
very bad.
I mean,
So what are
obviously.
you guys' thoughts on saying that statement, maybe not necessarily the follow-up, which we'll talk about later, but what about saying that publicly as a Riot verified member on the Discord?
You don't.
You don't. Yeah, you just don't do that shit. Like, honestly, that's just like you being a dick of a person. Nothing like, irrespective of who Tyler 1 is.
Yeah. Especially considering his title.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
In charge of how players are supposed to interact and how
You don't even like, even they should just never say something like that ever, because it doesn't matter if it's in the public or not. One way or the other, it's going to come back to you, especially when you're the head of player engagement.
Yeah.
yeah.
All it takes, even if you're amongst friends.
No.
Yeah, even if you're amongst friends, like, all it takes is for someone to get mad at you, and then there goes your life. Like, why would you risk that?
Basically. Oh, I also forgot a nice gem of a part, which I might not necessarily be disagreeing with, but I'm saying you probably shouldn't say this in public, that Tyler 1's head looks like a homunculus.
A homunculus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't not laugh.
For those of you who
I'm
don't know, a
sorry.
homunculus is like an imitation of a real person that's like created as a monstrosity. So not very positive. I will say that those head lumps are little suspect, but I don't want to diss anybody on their look.
I mean, I'm just saying, I know exactly what / who he's talking about, and I can totally give you a picture if you want, so you can see for yourself, because I know exactly where it's coming from.
Wait,
Is it from
homunculus?
Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yes.
And then is it Gluttony?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was talking
Right.
about anime or like the legit homunculi that were like, just like. Do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah, I don't know if he was giving a specific reference to like the Fullmetal Alchemist anime,
I
but
mean, I'm just saying.
and then that
like,
zoom up picture. of
I mean, are you
people,
trying to tell me this isn't who he was talking about?
when I had it.
yeah, wait, this guy doesn't look like he can bench 235 for 33 reps. Come on. Actually, maybe in the show they were pretty fucking like, because they're like magic and shit.
Well, like the actual homunculi were used. I don't know if we had talked about this. I wasn't paying attention, but they were used to like show how much like sensory perception you get from like how many like sensory neurons you have. So like
the
your
homunculus
hands,
part of your brain.
yeah. So like your hands were fucking giant because you have a lot of like sensory ability in your hand, but like other areas of your body were really small because not a lot of like sensory inputs there. And so like your head was fucking huge because like so I think that's what made me laugh. I was like, okay.
I see. I just thought they were talking about Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist. So this was like the first thing I thought. It was like, you know what? He's wrong, but he's onto something.
Okay.
Well,
so-
excuse me for giving Riot the benefit of the doubt.
Is it
for
me or
being
is
intelligent.
Austin's audio cutting out a bit?
Yeah.
It is for me too, but I was I guess we could restart the call quick if we keep the stream.
Wait, is it better?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, that's so much better.
Just
thought it
tell
was
me when
just
that happens.
Okay. Because I figured if you're the one streaming, it's not bad on your end. But I was like slowly dying every time you open your mouth. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, you should tell me. Just tell me.
Alright, I will. So I think we can all agree that you don't want to speak publicly negatively like that. And I think that just kind of goes back to basic PR principles. Even if you have a certain opinion, when you're not, I mean, if you're using a company attire or a company platform, like using the Riot Sanjuro Discord account, I think then you should just avoid any negative comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, another thing is that I was thinking is irrespective of that, like if you're gonna go after somebody, it's important to distinguish their character from their person. Like Tyler 1 might very well be like the same person in real life, but I don't know Tyler 1. Why are you gonna be a dick to Tyler? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do you have to say such like a personal and like such
Dude,
like a?
you don't know
horrible thing to
how
wish
much
upon
shit he's
somebody?
dealt with personally.
And we can definitely talk about this again if we get to the rice gum thing. But like, it's always important to distinguish the person from the character.
Mm-hmm.
So like the character they display on the.
Except for
Yeah.
Rice Gum, because he's just a scumbag of a person. Like, he doesn't count. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Spoilers for later on.
Yeah, so like a perfect example of this is, I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched this person, but Kiori used to be
yes!
a League of Legends content creator, and I don't know, like some point last year, like that whole Kiori account was a character. It wasn't him, and he didn't want to do that anymore, and so he stopped and like made this huge public thing about like I'm not gonna be making any more videos like this style. He's like, I'm just gonna be me, and everyone thought he was like faking and stuff, and now he just goes by Barney, and like his Twitch is like it's Barney or something like that, and I don't know, I like the content that he puts out now. It's not like I unsubbed or anything like that. He's not Kiori anymore.
So what were the attributes of the Kiori persona? Because I'm not. I was.
Like super, not like
Like
annoying,
loud
but yeah,
and poshy.
loud, poshy, very overreactive of everything, very hyper.
I see.
Yeah.
And now it's like everything has his own kind of brand, like his own kind of style to it, which is just his personality. Like you can tell that he does stuff because he wants to, not because he feels like he has to.
I see.
I thought Kiori videos were...
I guess it could be tiring, especially if it's like a lot of people are making that kind of, or failing to make that distinction of the of your persona versus.
Oh yeah.
So do you think it's a wise strategy for up and coming content creators to maybe make a personality that might be more attractive on camera? Attractive as in like entertaining or like engaging, maybe not like pretty, but do you think that's a good decision, or do you think people should try to look down the road and say, that might be rough to like if you get tired
It
of it?
depends on the person, honestly.
Exactly.
Because some people are okay with like quote unquote acting and stuff like that. But some people aren't. So like for example, what's his face? Donkey? Obviously it's a persona. He's obviously okay with it.
I
But
love Donkey.
Right? But like someone like Lily Pichu, maybe not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I could see that.
Or like even more of a kind of reform person. I'm sure we all know and love Uber Danger.
That's a name I haven't heard in it.
I mean that man is still insane, but I mean he fully admitted to like he's been sober for somewhere for over the better half of a year now, and he's like I was doing coke, I was drinking, he's like I was smoking weed like 24 hours a day. He's like and I had to stop because he made this huge video about like how like everything was like awful, and he like went on this huge Twitter rant and like went off on this person, and his publicist was like, you can't do that. He's like, you have influence over people. How many hundreds of thousands of subscribers do you have? Like, this is going out to people.
Yeah.
He's like, you kind of have a point.
He's still a dick though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's not a dick. I mean, I kind of love that. He went to, what was it? I think it was like Gamescom or something like that, dressed as the Jaeger bomber. He was dressed in like a full like terrorist like Muslim suicide bomber, but instead of bombs, he had Jaeger.
Oh my
God damn. Well, good that he's at least not killing himself with drugs.
Yeah.
Sobriety is always good.
Oh, but
that's just one of those things where like he stopped that aspect. Like it wasn't really persona because it's what he was doing, but definitely a reformation. So you can definitely do that. And to go back to your point of if you like, should upcoming content creators have a personality like that's like something different? It depends. Especially right now, I would say no, because the YouTube algorithm, you have to upload every day and make long videos at that, and if you can't keep that up, you're not gonna like it very long.
Well, I mean, this can also apply to Twitch too. So
Well,
necessarily
that
easier.
too. Like, but Twitch is even a more extreme example, because if you want to stream all the time and you're going to stream for a couple hours, like every time you do it, are you going to be able to handle being somebody else? If that's what you want, if that's what you're going to do, can you be super hyper and loud when you're not normally like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
I'm of the opinion that if I'm still answering the same question, that everyone who gets in front of a camera and does some sort of like content creation is creating a persona, whether it be like small or large. Because like, even if it's to the sense that maybe they're really shy in real life and like they're getting in front of the camera and just showing you like maybe it's a part of who they are, but they don't like to show. And then you might like meet them in real life and they're super shy and they don't really want to deal with that. Like that's still like part of their character creation, because like it's not who they are in person. You can't always just assume that a person that you meet in real life is going to be the exact same way that they were on camera.
I guess I would agree with Amber then, personally, because I feel like you can have that type of personality where if you find like embodying a certain persona, like entertaining or something, I think maybe you could do that long term. But I think one good example of this kind of dichotomy is actually Joji, Filthy Frank. Because his videos.
Imagine
Sorry.
us like that in real life.
Every time I think of Filthy Frank now, I just think of him coming out with his Jesus character, and he's like, I just came out of a portal with a 40 and a blunt. You want to test me? I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the content showcases, like, degeneracy, but it's a certain type of humor that many would consider crude. But then I think he's kind of making a cool transition where he adopted the name Filthy Frank and like Pinkman and whatever else he does, but now he's actually producing his own legitimate like rap music as Joji, his actual name. That is his actual name, right?
Oh, did you watch the Hot Ones episode with him in it?
Oh my god, it was so great.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was like dying. Oh gosh. Okay.
Great series.
Nice. So talking about kind of swiveling back to Riot Sanjuro. So this dude kind of breaks the rule number 1 of PR.
It's
breaks
like
every rule.
It's not a rule. It's like law and sin. Like it's like the instead of the 7 deadly sins of PR, just like the 1 deadly sin. Somehow he fucked it up anyways. Like
literally just don't talk shit for no reason kind of thing. Yeah, so then his follow-up to people posting it on Reddit and getting the second highest non-meme post in the history of the subreddit. That non-meme being like non-April post. The first one being the when CLG beat TSM in the summer final.
Yep.
That was that. When I was looking at it, I had to go back and read it. Felt good, man. But he was saying in defense, come on, dudes, can't I just have my own personal opinion? What the fuck? Thanks for ruining my life. Jeez, Reddit, you suck.
Yeah, it's
breaks
Reddit's
the
fault.
other fucking rule of PR. That's not how you disaster manage.
Okay, if you're gonna have a personal opinion, keep it personal. Like God, like I have personal opinions about people. Like I'm not gonna claim. I'm not gonna claim to be like a perfect person, because I instantly judge people and I will hold those judgments over them for like the rest of the time I know them. But I'm not gonna like be a dick about it. Like I just keep it to myself and it's okay.
So Amber, as the leader of or the owner of a counseling type business, how do you think Riot Sanjuro should have responded in Reddit after seeing it blow up in that negative?
You should have apologized immediately. When did something like I apologize, those were my personal views, they were no way associated with what League of Legends -Riot holds as their company value.
It's
I deeply apologize for any trouble I've done, and these were only my personal opinions, and I yada 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 yada.
it's almost
yada.
like you came in and coached him for his third post because that's
You did
exactly
it,
what he
Austin.
did.
Austin. Okay.
Sorry.
Wait, what were you saying?
Oh, rip. I was saying it's almost like you came in and coached him for his third post because that's exactly what he fucking did. Like,
Boom. See, Amber's got that level as the fucking Riot PR people. Once they got a hold
Hire me.
came in
But
slick with
Could
the.
have even got away with like, man, my
And
account got
did he lose
hacked.
his job?
That ain't me. Yeah,
he lost his job.
I mean, we could pretty much sum this up with like Philip DeFranco's like essential mantra: "Don't be stupid, stupid." Like, literally, that's it.
Dwight Schrute from The Office. I think if I'm about to take an action, I think, would an idiot do this thing? And if an idiot would do that thing, then I don't do it.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yes.
I hope we've all learned a valuable lesson.
Oh gosh, Austin, no.
I think that like the biggest thing about it is not even that like he said it, but he said it in the public Discord. Do you think that
Yeah,
someone's
oh
not
my
gonna
gosh.
take that? You work for Riot. You have the biggest online game in the world. What are you doing?
I
Yeah.
also
Obviously, his best.
Which is bad.
Oh my god.
It took him 3 tries, man.
I also want to say that the comments for this Reddit post are a fucking gold mine.
Oh, they're the
Holy
best.
shit.
They're awesome.
Also, you remember that tweet you sent me earlier? I know we're gonna get to that later, but like the Ian tweet where he's like, "I did the old switcheroony."
Oh yeah.
I was reading the comments for that, and those were gold too.
Oh, I didn't read a lot of them. I read like me.
Did you read the one Ela Klein did?
No.
She's like, "You obviously got taken down because you didn't put emotional in the title." And I was like, "Oh my god, what a meme!"
Wait, what is that referencing?
It's just like all of those videos that are like blah 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 emotional versions that like all these like subtexts
okay.
behind the video that like are supposed to be
Are supposed to be subtle, but they literally put in the title.
yeah. It's
Just
just
you. Okay, so do you guys have any final thoughts on the Riot Sanjuro kind of situation?
I'm glad he lost his job and he shouldn't be able to be hired in the industry again. But
I just realized something. I feel like that position is kind of like Harry Potter's Defense of the Dark Arts.
what? What
'Cause
position?
They're hired to be like pillars of the community, and they always get fired for being toxic.
Basically.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Holy shit!
You know, it's true.
Wait, that's so good.
I mean, like, where's the lie?
Oh my god!
Wait, who was after? So I read like 2 Harry Potter books. So who was after the first guy?
It was Snape.
No,
And
Snape was
then-
near the end.
You know, wait, no, Snape was
It was Quirrell. Then it was that famous dude, Gold something.
Goldheart.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah,
Lockhart.
that one.
Wait,
Then
you
it
know how
was-
much bullshit
and then
he's
it was
causing?
Lupin, and
Oh, yeah,
then it
Lupin.
was
Who actually turned out to be a cool, but
yeah,
kind of unstable, to put it a certain way.
and then Moody, I think.
Yeah, Mad Eye Moody. The 5th book, The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, Azkaban was Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was 3. What was 5?
5 was
5 was Half-Blood Prince.
that was
No,
6.
no,
that
no,
was 6.
that was 6.
Order of the
5 was
Phoenix?
Order of the Phoenix, and that was what's his face?
Mad Eye.
That old dude who
That's
taught
every professor.
that taught Tom Riddle.
Oh, okay. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't remember his name.
No, wait, no,
No.
that was a potions professor. Fuck.
Oh yeah, no.
Anyways, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, so I'm okay with moving on.
What?
Well, you're kicked out.
I don't know.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Wow. I'm trying to look it up, but there's a lot of other extra shit that I don't want to sift through while we're live. So do any of you have any like final thoughts about the kind of situation?
Oh, I gave my 2 cents.
That was a great final thought. I gotta give. If I was able to give out S pluses, if we were able to have S pluses for topics, I think that would be an S plus.
Dude, we should be able to do that from now on. Since you're the host, you have to give us like S pluses for good comments.
I feel like if you were there at the beginning of the Reddit thread, that would be like fucking number 1.
I would have probably given you gold.
You guys were missing Dolores Umbridge.
Oh my god.
Ew.
I just kind
She
of
was a
forgot
professor?
about Dolores Umbridge.
She was professor against the dark arts. I thought she was like
Yeah.
the fucking the person. in
No,
the
she
court.
was Defense Against Dark Arts.
It
Can't
was
believe
Defense
we
Against
got
the Dark
Umbridge.
Arts.
She was supposed to be really mean or something.
She was, yeah.
Kind of forgot the plot.
She was kind of a dick.
But she liked the color
Alright.
pink.
Ugh. She ruined the
I
color
just see
scheme for me.
Austin in like the video, like slowly dying.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Let's move on to topic number 2.
Hmm.
I mentioned this to Austin and Amber, and I know Austin is kind of aware of the situation, but I would imagine James might not be entirely. So Thoorin, the famous and controversial Thoorin, recently released like an investigative piece on his YouTube channel. It's like 15 minutes long, which is not very long for his videos, talking about the Overwatch League.
Mhm.
So basically, the issue is that Blizzard originally announced that the Overwatch League was going to start in Q3 of 2017.
Mhm.
So what the existing teams did is they bought a lot of player contracts to last until like November, because that way the Overwatch League would start with like a month left on these player contracts for the best players, and the teams that might not get into the league themselves would still be able to make some money if they're not going to have any Overwatch presence in the years to come.
Mhm.
But since Blizzard, doing Blizzard things, soon TM turned into December of 2017. So now a lot of these Overwatch player contracts are ending, and they're going to be free agents, and a lot of the teams are just going to pick them up, like sign them for free without having to buy out their. So this is making a lot of the orgs like really kind of annoyed, because they're like, shit, well, now we're just like fuck out of money. We're not going to have any future in this entire game. We can't like kind of sell out and switch our resources to move into different games or whatever.
Mhm.
So what they've been doing as a response is charging the OWL teams exorbitant prices to allow them to try out their current. So he was talking like figures of upwards of $10,000 to let their player join a scrim with potential teammates, per scrim, which is like, I'm
What?
kind of like.
So wait, who's
holy
charging
shit.
who? Just to be
Yeah.
absolutely clear
Okay,
here.
so I don't. All right, let's say Team A is currently popular in the Overwatch scene, and they have a pretty good team, but they didn't make it into the Overwatch League.
Mhm.
Now Team B is coming in with all the venture capital money,
Mhm.
and they're trying to find a good team for the franchise league coming out next year. So Team A is charging Team B $10,000 to allow their player to try out for Team B, because
okay.
they're trying to milk as much money as they can out of these players before they
Wow.
lose them in the contracts.
Wow.
Which is kind of fucked up. The most fucked up thing, I think, is that they're not telling the players that they're doing this. So basically, if you're player Gatacane on playing for Team A, and you're like, oh, sweet, I've been doing really good in these tournaments. Hopefully, I can actually get like a good career out of this once the Overwatch League comes in and it's really legitimized. And then it's like, wait, no team wants to try me out? Wow, now I feel like shit, and it looks like I have no future in this career. But it turns out Team A was charging people tens of thousands of dollars to try to squeeze more money out of them.
Wow.
Yeah, if Team B wanted to recruit him, then they would have had to pay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a lot of teams are just looking over or passing over completely players that are expensive in this manner.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, for
I
good
gotcha.
reason. That's like fucking a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's I'll never see that kind of money.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever have $10,000 just to spend on something.
to spend on like one person and be like, dude, how you doing?
Dude, you're gonna give that player the night out they deserve. Just gotta spend $10,000.
He a top dollar hoe.
Damn.
Basically.
Wow.
So I don't know. I think there are a lot of reasons why this kind of arose, kind of like with Blizzard's schedule shifting. But who do you guys think maybe is the most responsible for this?
I mean, I would say definitely Blizzard in a way. I mean, yeah, in a way, it's not their fault. They're not directly like responsible for the actions of other companies, but at the same time, it's their game, it's their environment, and they need to be able to control it somehow, establish rules, and stuff like that. I realize it's trial and error, but they should be acting as soon as possible on it.
So when you say acting, do you want them to specifically say you can't charge money for streams?
No, but maybe like, hey, like we think that this is a good price, but then make a seal you cannot charge more than blank 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 for these things, and then the industry will play out themselves. Because, yeah.
So I just think this whole situation is stupid. But I'm of the opinion that if you are wanting to be in control of your own league, you need to not backpedal on things, and you also need to have better communicative skills. Like, there's no reason this should have happened at all. Like, you're literally trying to establish like your own presence over your own league, like, and then you're gonna. It just bothers me. And also, I think since they charged millions upon millions of dollars for these like slots for people to join, I think they should have been like, oh, we kind of made like an error in judgment here, so we'll refund you like a credit, like of the amount that the millions of dollars you paid us to do this, so that like there's not this incredible monetary burden on the individual companies themselves, because that was kind of pretty fucked up. Like, I understand why from a financial perspective the companies are doing it. It also is a terrible thing to do, but I mean, like, you have to be profitable to stay in the space.
There is a world where Blizzard starts the Overwatch League in September on schedule, and in August the teams still do this. They're like, well, even though we know your contract is going to expire in November, we're still going to charge you the $10,000. Do you think that's also warranted?
No, because I mean, no. Just no.
So here's the thing. So I didn't know. So somebody that I follow on Twitter, Ryan Morrison, that would be at Mr. Ryan Morrison. He's the video game attorney.
Yes, I love him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I saw him tweeting out some things, and I was like, I don't know what this is about. And now you just made them into like so much sense, because that's what I'm looking up here, by the way, is him tweeting about the Overwatch thing, and how he doesn't really agree with Thoorin's video. But I haven't watched the video, so I'm not going to talk about that because I'll just be spouting nonsense.
That's fair.
But like, he's saying that one thing that he said, I actually found it pretty quick, is buyout fees and teams lying to players about having a spot is the problem. It's not made up rumors about tryout fees or Blizzard's bullying. So I guess that what it sounds like is that teams that aren't sure that they're going to have a spot in the Overwatch League, I mean, I feel like even if it's not going to start till November, I'm pretty sure you would know if you're going to have a spot. You know if your team is going to be good enough to make it, and if you're not going to make it, you shouldn't be swindling other teams out of money because they want the players that you're not going to be able to have. So like if Austin and Amber are on two separate teams, and what do you call it?
Amber.
She just died, I guess.
Yeah, her computer crashed, but just keep going.
Yeah, so
no, it fucks up everything though.
It's fine, don't worry about
it.
No,
it fucks up the whole thing. We're all
But if Austin and Amber are on two separate teams, and Rez is looking to, buy one of them for his team, he's got a spot. He knows he has a spot. Austin's manager isn't sure, and Amber's manager isn't sure. if Reza can buy out those players, he shouldn't have to be swindled out of like 10,000 or like whatever, however much money to have them try out for his team, because the truth is they don't know. I mean, they know that they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
There's no point in hanging on to a player just because you know that you're going to be able to charge somebody. Like,
yeah, it's some
I don't
bullshit.
know. You'd be better off, honestly, just like see if you can combine with like another team or something like that, and not be one of your, if you want to what do you call it? If you want to like assimilate with another team's logo, or they want to do the same thing, or if you just want to combine and have two people managing a team and create your own new thing, like that's fine too. You should do that and then see what you can do, but don't hold these people back from the chances that they would have if you weren't like being an asshole.
Yeah, it's also like I think sports, like in general, like there shouldn't be barring of like tryouts, because that's just so restricting on the like talent itself. It's just not something that should happen in sports.
Yeah, you could have the greatest, you could have the greatest home run hitter in baseball since like Babe Ruth, and he's on, or he's like drafted to the Cubs, and like but the Cubs are actually, say, like in relegation because there's this new upcoming team that is looking to take their spot, and if they don't know if they're going to make it, another team wants to buy this guy out because he's amazing, and the Cubs are like, no, we're just going to hang on to him, but you can give us like $50,000 so you can see if he would fit on your team. Like, that's really shitty for the other guy.
Sorry guys, my computer crashed.
I know.
All good.
One option, yeah, no worries. We just turned off the video for a hot second.
I got to eat some M&Ms and not look like stupid on camera, so I'm pretty happy.
Wait, but you're still chewing them. No.
I know.
Right,
I didn't finish this.
I know one option that was discussed, or I think Thoorin might have mentioned, is that he was saying maybe Blizzard would like buy out all player contracts if they're getting like tens of millions of dollars. It was like maybe they would use that to kind of reimburse the existing brands that have built up the Overwatch name so far in the ecosystem, and then by buying out other players, that might be able to alleviate some of these concerns, where now they'll be free agents and the existing teams wouldn't, or the older teams wouldn't get like kind of no return on their investment. Do you guys think that might address some of the issues?
I think that would happen in a perfect world, but there's no way that Blizzard would do something like that.
Yeah, I think if everything went the way, if we could predict the way that everything, I mean, I'm sure Overwatch League is going to be something big. Like, let's face it, it probably will be. But like in a perfect world, Blizzard would just straight up like reimburse the teams for what happened. Like, sorry, like we fucked up. Like, we'll take this L. Here's your money back, because they're going to be making bank off of this. Like, there's they're Blizzard. There's sponsors. It's a league. There's going to be so much money coming into it. Like, just like, all right, give you guys a buy because we messed up. Here you can extend, like, here, like, it should be like, how much is it going to be to extend your players' contracts to, like, the end of the first month of the league when it starts, like, based on this start date. Here, take this money, that's yours, pay your players, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be functional. Aim is buying out their in terms, like, financially speaking. But
here, I think this might benefit our current conversation. A friend of mine posted this the other day.
2017 esports ecosystem. Interesting.
Yeah, my friend of mine posted that the other day. That's just the image that simplifies the ecosystem itself, and then this is a link to the full article if you're interested.
Where's Geico?
Right?
Saving me my 15%.
Oh, did you ever find out if you got the job?
They're getting back to me this week.
Oh,
they ended up delaying their first to last week, so they told me they'd let me know this week some point.
Yeah, Reza's gonna be working for Geico Esports.
Well, I'm at like the third interview stage.
Dude, you got
What would you
this.
be doing? Like PR?
Got this.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, but it would be like a marketing position.
That's
What?
fair. All right, that's acceptable. It would be, yeah, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. So, anyways,
Sorry, I'm just like looking at this image. I have to like zoom in to make sure I can read it.
yeah.
Sure.
So
That's pretty
how
cool, actually.
successful do you guys think the Overwatch League is going to be when you compare it to the other new big league, the NALCS, coming out next year? Because I'm a little concerned that the Overwatch is getting so much overhead investment, like $20 million from a single team to buy Los Angeles. And right now, I'm looking at it, it's the 7th game on Twitch, below Fortnite and IRL.
Below IRL.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned that like the hype for the game has died down. What are your guys' thoughts on this idea?
What even is IRL?
IRL is people that stream IRL things like cooking and
Like,
shit.
They like just carry their
I was
phone like out when they go to the club or something.
Oh, I was like, I've never heard of that game. What?
God damn it!
Yeah, same. I was like, wait, what?
Yo,
Are they
Reza,
talking about in real
do you wanna
life, or-
try remaking the call real quick because the videos are getting kind of laggy?
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, give us a sec, and I'll re-ask the question.
Alright. Alright, that should be a little better.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, yeah.
So right now, Overwatch is the 7th rated game on Twitch in terms of casual viewer base, below great titles like Real Life and Fortnite.
Dude, Fortnite's hype though. Fortnite hype.
Dude, player unknown battlegrounds. Hashtag sponsor me. Hashtag TM. Hashtag soon. Hashtag please give me the draw. But so how successful did it go? So what were you saying about like?
So I'm just a little
NALCS?
concerned about if the viewership is going to be able to provide a return on investment for all these teams shelling out dozens of millions of dollars and Blizzard. Because I mean, up until this point, there hasn't really been a good saturation of the viewer base that they're getting with the sponsors, and obviously the franchise system is built to address that. But I'm still a little scared.
I was also similarly worried, but it honestly depends on their production. Like, you have to wait and see what the games look like themselves. Because like
it's not gonna look like my competitive solo queue.
Yeah, because I mean like if you're like even League of Legends, like I was concerned that like the teams like were spending a lot of money because they were initially they're spending a lot of money, and then like the production value that they put in the work to like make it worth it, and I feel like that's why they're so successful now.
Okay.
So I guess we just have to wait and see what the first couple of games look like and see what the turnout is.
I definitely don't think it'll be. I mean, it won't be perfect, but I don't think it'll be anything like too spectacular. At least for like it's. I think a year is a little too mean. Probably like its first season. It probably won't be anything too great because everyone has to kind of you got to get the hang of it. You got to get the hang of like. Well, casters know what they're doing, but to keep it up with
all
what's
the
going
like
on for both
production,
teams.
making everything seamless, the management.
Exactly. Like look at League of Legends. League of Legends has had like 7 years to get where they are today, and like it's pretty good.
It's there, but
and so nothing's ever gonna take off immediately. And while it may seem like that they're spending a lot of money, numbers I don't know, but like I think that seventh most popular game, you're still top 10, and once you start putting money and funding and events and buying out stadiums and all this stuff, like I think it'll come back. I think that it will be something worth watching. I mean, even I just saw a statistic the other day. Maybe it was today. I don't know. It was early in the morning, but it was like I think that a couple of years ago when TSM was fighting CLG, Twitch was pulling in over 500,000 viewers for the match, and this last year when they fought, this past season when they fought CLG, it was a little over 100,000.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it fluctuates, but like it's even a small amount is going to be a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Alright, you go ahead, Reza, and then I'll come after.
Okay, you fix your mic while I talk. So I think I remember about a year ago, Twitch made an announcement that they were fine-tuning their viewer counts, and that it had previously been like a little inflated or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was like better. I don't want to say bot detection and insinuate that Riot Games was like botting, because I don't think that. That's obviously that's way too much liability for a company like that.
Yeah.
But I think part of it could be attributable to that Twitch adjustment that they. And I think this was a thing. Maybe I just dreamt it and I'm going crazy. Part of it is also that a lot of viewers are going to YouTube now. So I think you have to. Usually, YouTube has about a third to a half of the viewers Twitch does.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still even accounting for both of those. That's still definitely way less than 500,000 for.
Yeah, and I mean, this is totally like a sidebar here, but a lot of things. I think that the biggest thing that has to do with that is because they went to the best of 5 series, and now when they're going back to a best of 1 series for NA. So it's just going to be one match, and I think that best of 5, that's really strenuous for a lot of people to watch. I think that's why it might have dipped this year, the last 2 years, whatever. But I mean, what I think what else has to be important is what you people that are watching the live stream of competitions and stuff is, people have jobs, people might not be home, people they got life to live. So I think they should also take into account the people that are going to be watching the VODs, the YouTube uploads, and all that stuff, and going to the events, going to the venue to see the thing. That's going to be the biggest thing. Is don't take Twitch and YouTube live views. Take everything, and then we'll have a pretty accurate idea of where it'll be.
And I think it's getting increasingly hard to pinpoint and aggregate things like by yourself. It used to just be like Twitch 500K, bam. But it's like YouTube, Facebook is getting into game streaming, Twitch. I mean, those 3, and then you talked about other contributing factors. Yeah, Austin, fix your mic, please. I just hear like background noise sputtering in and out.
I literally haven't even been talking. What the heck? Okay.
I know, but it was like some background.
It's like the background.
Okay. Anyways, so my point was, because I hadn't gotten to that yet. So when League came out, like they had season 1, and then they had they went into the competition, did their thing. Overwatch has already been around for like a year, and they haven't really done anything. So I don't know why you would wait that long. Like, if you're gonna make a game and try to make it an esport, you should make sure you have all your cards on the table. You should make sure everything's kind of set up to produce that immediately, because that's when the hype is at. I think it's poor planning, and it's not. Yeah. I wouldn't have done things that way. But
all the new game hype is like PUBG right now.
Yeah.
But,
so
however, I was totally gonna go there, and I'm totally gonna steal this from you. So PUBG had a competitive spot at a recent event. I don't know which one, but you would think that game. So 100 people, okay, whatever squad, teams, squads, you name it. There's people fighting for this. There's people fighting for money here, all right? And the competition literally turned into teams going into the middle of the ocean and or whatever body of water was in the zone and living for as long as possible, because you got more points on the ladder for living rather than seeing action. So you would think that this game would be great competitive, and like it just wasn't. And that's my opinion. And so like they tried to do that as soon as it came out, and I don't think you can have like an esport based on that game. Where Overwatch, they could have done it when it came out. They can do it now. There's plenty of people that love the game. There's plenty of people who have kind of like slowed down. I know I've definitely slowed down on playing it, but like if I was, if I was like really into it and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to like follow this so much, and it was like Overwatch League coming like next month, whatever, I would be totally down to get back into it. Like I don't think you could. I don't think there's really a bad time. There's just better times.
Yeah, exactly. And well, another thing I was worried about.
Austin, it's doing it again.
Please.
I need a new fucking computer, or at least I need an external sound card is what I need. Because my sound card is
a thing right here in your headset, bud.
No, I mean it's my mic is fine, but it's literally my sound card. I don't know why.
Right.
I can't explain it.
So what were you saying?
Another thing that I was worried about is that Overwatch might become a little stale, like in terms of the gameplay. It's like there's not really anything you can do like a preseason update like League does, to like make the game more interesting or change it up. It's just gonna be the same thing year after year. I mean, they'll probably change some things, but I can't see them making drastic changes to the game in that sense. So it's like I don't know how well it can retain past its like initial season.
Yeah,
and Blizzard's kind of addressed that in the past with StarCraft by adding a lot of new maps, but I think your point still has more validity than in like an RTS example, because the amount of options you have in terms of which units to build, when to build them, and like doing things like when to expand are way bigger in an RTS than they would be in a fixed like single control point map where you have the literally two places to attack from. And I don't know if you really want to make a cast. We've talked about this in the past, and also talked about like PUBG's kind of issues with like passive gameplay, but like how Overwatch maybe you don't want a cast of 100 characters, type thing. But yeah, I do want to say as a foil to my earlier point about the popularity on Twitch, CS:GO is actually below Overwatch at 10th. Below NBA 2K18, which is not like a huge esport.
Interesting.
But obviously CS:GO people still kind of consider pretty healthy. So that might be something to consider.
It's the best. It's the best shooter esport. It's going to be the best.
Going to be. What other ones are there? Overwatch isn't really a thing yet.
Yeah, I just think Overwatch is going to be worse than CS:GO.
That's more console based.
Rainbow Six Siege has a pro league. I've learned recently.
It's becoming popular recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not saying that it's like very popular, but like
it's gaining momentum.
Yeah, exactly, and it's way more exciting to watch than I would have thought it was. I love the game. I have almost 400 hours in the game, but like to watch professional teams, like there's things I've never thought of doing before, which is kind of what gets me excited for watching Overwatch, because while you're restricted by, I'm trying to think how to say it, while you're restricted by the game mode, like, control point, payload, whatever, the ingenuity, the best part of watching is going to be certain players. They're not going to break the game, but they're going to break the way that you've seen the gameplay. Like people have hit flanks on Eichenwald, and what's the other one on Lijiang Tower Garden, like with Mei walls, like they boost their team up to a roof that you're not supposed to get onto. They have Lucio speed boost. They all like jump over the edge and like come from behind the enemy, and it's like this one person realized you can get up there, and then told their team, and then they got up there, and like they just dominated those next like 5 seconds. It's like that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be these things that people aren't going to expect. It's gonna be those wow moments.
I can see that, definitely. 100% agree with that.
Mhm.
But it's gonna be how well. That's just how well the characters interact. Like,
Right.
I don't know. There's not much like individual playmaking in Overwatch. It's more about like, oh, this person used her Sombra ulti at like the perfect time for like the anal fuckfest from behind from Pharah. Like, it's just like that's what's gonna make it cool for me.
Right, and I absolutely understand that. Or it's going to be like what team gets like the cheesiest, right? What team can rush faster, or like, something like that. Because I mean, in something like, I don't know, I've literally never played CS:GO. I've seen like YouTube clips. I've never even like watched like a whole video, but like I know there's a bomb, you have to plant the bomb, you can defuse bomb. It's gonna be like, who's gonna like no scope somebody with the op and like stop the diffuser versus who's going to go in like 1v5 in League of Legends and come out alive with like the first pentakill of the season, and that what's going to be more entertaining. And you can argue that they both have their own entertaining values, but like there's always gonna be something I'm gonna rather watch. I'd rather watch League of Legends over Overwatch over like CS:GO, like, and I mean that's just how it is with everything. Everyone's gonna prefer something different.
Yeah, I guess the real challenge for like Blizzard and friends are to figure out why they have that League of Legends. Like, if somebody's on the borderline trying to like, oh, maybe our production team is also, I don't know, you can get skins in game by watching, or I don't know, going the extra mile.
It has to do with more or less the community. I think we talked about this before, but Overwatch's community is weaker than League of Legends.
Yeah.
So when people don't feel connected to a community, they don't feel engaged. So I feel like if Overwatch works on community a lot more, then
I think it's also unfortunate for the growth of the Owl that there's a big division between casual and competitive Overwatch, and Monty had like a failed coup attempt to try to like take over the casual subreddit because it's a lot bigger. So I don't know, that might make it difficult.
Yeah, Amber's definitely got the nail on the head. You have to get your current community involved and want to get other people to join your community. Because I said you have to feel connected, dude. When we went to the NALCS, spoilers, when we went to the NALCS finals in Boston, like I made a sign on the last day, and short, sweet, to the point. I love playing Thresh. I was hoping somebody would play Thresh that day, and they didn't. But it said, write them a death sentence, write them a death paragraph, and like so many people like stopped and like took pictures with me and my sign, like high five me, and like all this. It was awesome. And like you go and you watch this, and like everyone is excited, like everyone is ready for this event, and it's you feel it. Like Overwatch has to find a way to do that.
Well, the thing about Blizzard is they're the kings.
Oh wait, Austin, redo it.
Oh my god.
He came with so much.
Bruh! Okay, is it better?
Okay, go.
Alright, so the thing about Overwatch is they are the fucking kings of making me feel so hype about their games for like 30 to 45 seconds. Like, like literally, like they are the best at just capturing your like enthusiasm for like a minute, and then like it just all falls away when there's like no follow up. There's like nothing. Like they're like, for example, Blizzard Cinematics, literally the best in the industry, and yet I watch them. I'm just like, really want to fucking play this game, and I play the game, and it's just not
like,
fun.
I want to kill myself.
Yeah, it's just there's no content follow up. There's no like the game itself is not like.
Again.
But yeah, that's how I feel.
I guess that's what it all goes back around to. Where if you don't enjoy playing, you're not the main target audience. I think there's still like people that don't enjoy playing that you can still like support a team. I know
That's
a lot of
another
people do
really
it for me,
interesting
but-
thing about League of Legends, though. League of Legends, a lot like there's a good percentage of people who watch League of Legends who don't actually play League themselves.
Yeah.
You can't really do that with.
Yeah.
I feel like
I feel
it's
like
not
you
a
could
good
do it as
spectator.
long as
It's just a lot harder because
Yeah.
it's
I mean, it's not as good
it's
spectating.
you can't top down it. You can't because there's people flanking, there's people doing this, there's people doing that. So you can't like
Yeah.
and it's also so fast paced that you can't.
I also feel like that it's definitely easier to watch League of Legends and not play it and not have any idea, because like when you're watching the streams or whatever, and you have like the spectator cam view, there's literally a mini map showing you what's going on. And I mean, 9 times out of 10 they're going to cut to what's going on, but like you can see something happening, whereas I mean I think Overwatch has something like that, and they can see like both teams, but like it's so much wonkier because you still have the entire map around you, and when they're like watching a certain person, you see what they see, so you can't see what's going on around them.
Yeah.
And so you can't get excited. You can't see you can't see Sombra coming from behind like you can see Echo coming down the river when they're spectating the blue team Jhin.
Yeah, we've talked about spectating issues at least twice, I think. But they do have a spectate client that I was actually using today because I was like practicing casting for Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this.
But yeah, they do have like a third person camera where you can like zoom out and just look at the control point as a whole or whatever.
Yeah,
So
but
they
again,
have,
like-
and that's come out like fairly recently. So they are like addressing these issues. But yeah, I think it's difficult. All right. I guess we can maybe talk about iDubbbz another time.
Yes, next week. Because I'm actually only halfway through the content comp episode, so I have to watch it.
Okay.
even
Dude,
know
the
about
rap at the
iDubbbz,
end
so-
is like, oh my.
Okay,
God.
I'll watch it tonight, and I'll let you know what I think.
Fix yourself.
Yeah, also fix your mic. Okay.
I'm like
so
actually
Giannis-
getting like really mad about this. Like it's
okay,
really
just
pissing me off.
Just don't be mad for the next 20 minutes. The episode will be over, and then you can rage your heart out. But what did we learn from Amber today about PR? That
Just
Rage.
apologize.
okay.
Smile.
Does
Gritty
anybody
teeth smile.
Any not like this moment in particular? They are edging to get out of their butt.
No.
Never use the words edging and get out of your butt.
Yeah.
Oh God! No,
I'm
I
just
mean, like,
in general, just like probably not.
damn it.
Don't edge your.
All right,
like,
that's fair. I should be more careful.
Anyways, I really was edging to get this off my butt. So.
Oh God! It's another poop story.
No, but I could if you want.
No.
Half of my not like this moments are like poops.
Oh
Fix
your
my
mic.
God.
Okay.
You just hear loud
Wait,
screaming.
were you gonna say something, or should I go?
I'm just debating if I talk for the rest of the episode.
Okay. Well, you think about it. I can start it off. So my not like this moment. It was kind of a culmination of just at the end of last week. I've been playing like more ranked in general, and I was doing a lot of solo queue. And it was just like my experience in like plat in general, where I've hit like my promos 3 times, and then like I'm really against this attitude, but it just feels like I'm so unlucky when I'm getting into the series. Where like, oh, this game, my top laner having to go 1-10 against a fucking Riven kind of thing. It has just been very frustrating. And the worst part is that I know like if I keep improving, I will rank up, though that shouldn't tilt me. Like individual losses, but as my MMR gets higher, the players are getting noticeably more toxic and like with higher frequency. Where gold elo is like a nice haven where people are kind of satisfied to be getting their end of season rewards,
Mhm.
and it's kind of nice. I can have like conversations. I see smiley faces, and then people are like, "Fucking idiot! Why the fuck would you go for that hook? You stupid! Did you download this today?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
please!"
So
It's
let
just
me-
not like this kind of feeling. And then I went from Saturday in my promos to 25 LP on an unfortunate
my.
streak while I was duoing with a friend.
never
Wait,
do.
hey Reza.
Are you gonna
Um,
ask me to duo?
Well, I can't do it with you. Gold 5 in your platform. So it's
Does that matter?
yeah. You can only be within one
Yeah,
Well,
it matters.
bracket. So you have to be plat 5 if I'm gold
Okay.
5.
But
But
I'll let you know.
but I will tell you something after the stream, and
Okay.
I don't want it on the stream. But
After I go to the bathroom because I drank a lot of water, and I'm
Anyways.
continuing to drink more.
I don't know. Might not like this moment today. I was like playing Vayne. Like the whole team would fight without me, and they'd be in like long ass fights. So like they'd be like fighting, and like 2 minutes later they're still fighting. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stop split push. And when I would like walk down to the fight, and when I got there, everyone ran. So it's like
I'm gonna.
they never
gonna-
like what?
No, go ahead. I'll wait.
They never like fought when I was with them, and so they're like trash Vayne, never here. And then like so I started like grouping up with them.
Was this the game right before the podcast?
Yeah, this is right before the podcast. And then I started grouping up with them. They would like do really stupid shit and then die like while I'm like trying to like kite back. Trash Vayne, like it's always my fault. If I'm with them, it's my fault. If I'm not with them, it's
Oh
my
my
fault. So I was just like,
Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and so I understand that second half, but dude, if they're fighting for 2 minutes and you're split pushing,
no, but they would like
It's-
actively try to seek out fights when I was all the way across the map. Like I would see them start and run down, but it takes me like 2 minutes to fucking get there from top lane when they're
shouldn't,
fighting in
but
bot lane.
ideally, in my eyes, you shouldn't be the one split pushing. But that's, I mean, I hope it was normals. It wasn't normal.
Austin's like, we're done here. Last
Yeah.
appearance on the show.
Well, I'm just saying, like
it's not like I've never had my fair share of those moments either. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm Mr. Plat whatever 4, Mr. Gold 5, and unranked over here, never been above silver. So
all I'm saying is that if Baron's up and I back and you're all bot lane, and then you tell me to ward Baron, so I walk up to Baron, I ward, and I clear the wave because it's pushing into our tower, and you start fighting, you can't expect me to be there. Because I just warded Baron for you, and I just cleared top wave, like, I can't be there.
yeah, no, that's fair.
That was like half of the game. Vayne, you're shitty, you don't do anything in team fights, can you at least ward Baron? Go to ward Baron, they fight and die. Fucking Vayne not here, like literally.
But, no, Reza, I was gonna say when you were talking about people just being more toxic. So I have a friend who is over in Europe and on NA before so he's in the Air Force, but every once in a while for a weekend he like transfers back, but he can't do it because preseason's coming, and they shut that down. But he's been to mid and high plat on NA, and he's been diamond 5 or 4 in EUNE, and he says that literally the most toxic place in the game is platinum, especially people in their promos, because you hit gold.
I've heard
like,
plat 1 is the worst, and D5 sometimes.
well, yeah, because plat 1 and D5 are all the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, because people in gold, like you said, they're happy, like they get their end of season rewards, they finally like broke out of silver, and gold is like the high bronze, and then like the entirety of silver is you're pretty average at the game, like you're okay, and then gold is like you're good at the game. You hit gold 5, like you have surpassed like 90%
of the people.
90% of the people that play the game. So people who break gold into platinum are like screw you, I'm fucking better than you, like like I'm a god at this game, like it's your fault, it's not my fault, I made it here, what do you, like, get out of my fucking division.
Yeah.
And then like people in high diamond are like, it's like back to being non-toxic because they know they deserve to be there. They know that if they fall a little bit, they'll come back. Like,
Yeah.
so if that helps you feel better, you are literally in the most toxic portion of the game right now. One of the most toxic portions of the game right now.
Yeah. I don't think it makes me feel better.
Alright, so we got
But
any,
thank you for the effort.
we got
I was
any
just telling
not
you,
like
you know,
this
I-
moments
First
because
experience.
Yeah.
I literally
I've
have to
heard
be
of-
at work. Like, not even wake up. So
Okay. Alright,
My
Amber,
not like
boom!
Is being sick.
Alright.
Good one.
When I woke up in
Sounds-
the morning, you just take a deep breath and then you can't.
Oh,
You're just
that sounds like lethal. Not
Yeah.
breathing. Shoot.
you can't
Shit.
take a deep breath. You just take a shitty like through your nose, and you're just like,
Oh,
and then you die because you can't breathe.
just a little wheeze.
rip.
If you die, can I have your future position at Riot?
No, but you can still be my roommate, James. We need one more roommate.
Oh.
Come
Okay.
move with
Alright,
us.
James, do you have any particular not like this moments?
No, at this moment. Recently, I don't think anything in real life comes to mind. But in Rainbow Six Siege, I might have gone 5 rounds and died first all 5 times. I might have gotten no kills and contributed nothing to my team.
Got him.
Everyone's a potato once in a while, but mine was just a little bit extra.
You're just
It's
you're just a
backwards.
baked potato.
It's backwards,
Thank
but
you.
I still have
Thank you all.
69% of my data left.
Oh my god.
Thought
Good
y'all
job.
should know.
Use
No.
it wisely.
Haha,
I don't even-
this is
I-
sex
I don't-
number.
I don't even play ranked in Rainbow Six Siege. I straight up only play casual, and sometimes even casual gets a little bit sweaty, and my games were
A little
super sweaty.
Ew.
It gets a little
Alright. Oh god. Okay, let's end the moist talk. Cut this out before people start getting traumatized over here.
Wait, we
I-
have moist reacts in my Discord.
Alright. Well, we're not in your Discord anymore.
Fuck, we're not. You're right.
I want to give a special thank you to which direction is this?
Who knows? I'm in the bottom right of
To
the screen.
James.
Oh,
Right
no,
there.
other way. Down this way. He's that way.
James.
Oh my god.
Wait, Amber, point
My
down.
video's frozen in the call, but not on like the stream, so I can't check myself. Anyways,
fine.
You
I'm
couldn't
James
check
right
yourself
there.
before you wrecked yourself. I feel bad.
I already wrecked myself. I'm sorry.
I was in the
and
bottom right on Twitch, but I'm in the top left on
And
Discord.
the least VP was it was a tie, I think, between Austin's microphone and Amber's computer crashing.
Damn. Do I get S plus?
You get
No.
S plus for. I'll get if we were in the honor screen. I would give you stayed cool amidst the microphone breakdown.
Dude,
There you
yes.
go.
I deserve that. As long as I get honored.
You
I love.
Get that-
Wait, my favorite quote from what's his name, Amber? The guy you
I
always
know.
quote.
the guy, that dude. Okay.
I would think Amber's.
Dat boy.
I am here.
What's
I'm just
that-
trying
what's-
to remember.
It's literally the guy who does the honor or the tribunal.
Oh, Stefano's right.
Yeah, Stephanos Rex. My favorite quote from him is when he's doing the Trinimir. Fuck you! Honor, please! Like, literally, those are the two, like, things the character types. Like, in Trinimir's voice, this guy just says this. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Honor, please.
I
No,
love
it's
it.
honor, please.
Plez. Alright. Honor Plez, everyone. Thanks for the grand old discussion. Austin, good luck waking up in 4.5 hours.
Yep, I'm still gonna watch Content Cop first. Priorities.
Worth it. Alright, baby. I think that's it for us.
iDubbbz.
See you next week. I don't like his normal. They look weird and stupid.
Actually,
But Content Cop is pretty entertaining.
Concept Cop is entertaining, and if you actually like Content Cop, I highly recommend Kickstarter Crap. Pretty good.
Oh, is that another series of his?
Yeah, he looks at like really bad Kickstarters and like
Oh,
goes through the whole
Ah.
profile as to why they're
Yeah.
bad. And then he has another series called.
All right, wait. Let's save this for next week.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, God Austin, 1 week at a time.
All right. Farewell.
Good
I'm just
night.
trying to save my bladder.
All right, bye.
Yeah.